hope they don't get on me. So I said in the last video before my phone decided it didn't have any more memory in it and quit yesterday that we would give a more in-depth, detailed description of why, or not description, reason on what happened when we stopped uploading. And for the most part, really, at first it wasn't by choice. It was due to massive health issues that we still are fighting somewhat now.
Just
some
not
of
as
them,
bad.
Yeah, some of them are still being fought. It's getting better. Basically, the best way to put it. It started, well, really, actually, it started with Heather, because Heather's been having issues with migraines for a few years, but you know, they were controllable, stuff that she could handle. She's been seeing, you know, neurologists, things like that, specialists, to help her with that. She's been on heavy medications for a long time, and while they help some, they, you know, still an issue. But that wasn't the main thing. The main thing was about a year ago. Actually, more than a year ago, I developed an issue with my gut, and it's called diverticulitis. Some of you know what it is, and some of you don't. In most cases, diverticulitis is not that big of an issue. People have it and get over it, and no big deal. They're given medication, get over it, no big deal. In my case, I was lucky enough to have it in the most severe way, and when they treated it the first 2 or 3 times, it was just, you know, medications I would take. Diverticulitis is where I have a pocket in my gut that would become infected and inflamed, and it was painful, and I didn't really think much of it. Well, the 4th time I had it, it almost killed me. And basically, I'd gotten the antibiotics from the doctor like I had in the past, and it was severe. And Heather could tell it was severe, and she told me that morning to get my butt in the truck, and we were going to the emergency room. And thank you, Heather, because it was bad. And me being a guy, you know, especially I am, if I'm going to the doctor, it means I'm dying. Well, just so happens that morning, that's what was happening, was I was dying. And when I tried to go to the bathroom that morning, get up just to go pee, the pain hit so bad that I turned as white as a sheet. I could see myself in the mirror. I grabbed the door frame to hold myself up, and I realized that it was really bad. And I told Heather to crank the truck, go get in the truck. I'm making my way there. I'll be there in a second. We're going to the emergency room. She knew it was bad then. When I say I'm going to the emergency room, she knows it's bad. So I climb in the truck, and on the way there, I start losing consciousness due to the pain mostly. And I informed Heather, I'm about to pass out on you. You know, don't be alarmed. It's a 40-minute ride to the hospital, by the way. So anyway, that was me. They put me in the hospital for a week, got it under control, told me I needed to have part of my gut removed. I told them no. That's like too evasive for me. Let's treat it with medication like in the past. So I got out of the hospital, and I get it again, and they give me medications, and I get over it, and then I get it again. And then I end up back in the hospital again. I'm talking about like a week at a time on a heavy antibiotic, IV antibiotics and stuff. Had to make sure it's still recording for me. But anyway, so is it?
Yes, 3 minutes in.
Good. Okay. So trying to shorten my part down. I stayed another week in the hospital. They changed doctors. My doctor was mad because I wouldn't agree to surgery because he knew I needed it. I got a new doctor, which I love. The guy was awesome. I love this guy to this day. I owe him so much, and I told him I owe him everything. But so I got a new doctor, and he wasn't pushing me about surgery at first. And you know, I had more outbreaks, and we were trying to control the medication. And finally, I had to give up after, you know, a few months of trying to keep from going into a major, you know, invasive surgery. I had no choice. I had to give up, and I agreed to go in. And I went into the hospital on December the 22nd, 3 days before Christmas. I had 1.5 foot of my large intestines removed.
He looked like he had a baby. Like he lost so much weight, he looked like he had a kid.
That's due to the fact they didn't feed me for 8 days straight, by the way. They cut me from my chest all the way to my groin, all the way through the middle. Okay, so, and then they removed 1.5 feet from this side. So, I was actually lucky with that. It could have been a lot worse of a situation after talking to the surgeon after the surgery. I almost was put on a colostomy bag. That's how bad it was. But that doctor took the time and spent the extra 4 hours to put me back together to the point he wouldn't have to do that. And I owe him everything. I told him he's a great friend of mine now. We love each other. It's bad when you see your doctor so much, you become, friends. So anyway, on that same very day that I had my surgery done, as I'm waking up, coming out of recovery and into my room that I'd spend another week, spend Christmas in the hospital. As I come to, my stepfather that day, which has been my father since I was 14 or 15, 3 decades, something like that, close to it. He had a procedure done that day also in Lafayette, and they found out that he had stage 3 pancreatic cancer, which meant basically he was going to die. He's going to die. And I told my doctor at that time, which he's a specialist for that kind of thing, and he was like, "It's over." He didn't tell me that in that manner, but we knew each other well enough that he was pretty much telling me it's the worst you could possibly imagine. So now I wake up, my dad's going to die. Heather's migraines at that point got tremendously worse. I think a lot of it was due to stress, but when it came on, she ended up with a migraine that would not go away. So we would end up in the emergency room, and they would give her cocktails and stuff to try to alleviate it.
Oh, I know about cocktails.
They never could stop it. So people that have had a bad migraine or bad headache in their life know, that's a bad thing. If you had a 2-day headache, man, that's a bad thing. 3-day headache, that's getting really bad. Now imagine having that headache that's so blinding that basically just shut you down. You're unable to do virtually anything. You can't function.
You just get dizzy, or she says she sees flashes sometimes. She loses function. So imagine having that headache for a week straight. Now imagine having that same headache for a month straight. It's hard to fathom. A person starts losing herself at that point with chronic pain, to try to survive through that. Now, imagine having that headache for half of a year. And that's pretty much what has happened with her. It's very hard to watch. She went for treatments. Well, she did a bunch of stuff. She did like that piercing.
Yeah.
She read everything she could.
Yeah.
And
medications.
She listened to other people's opinions about it.
Yeah, the different medications that they've tried, nothing's worked. So they got to the point where they decided to do something a little more to really push things. And she was approved and got it a few weeks ago, 31 injections into the top of her head and into her neck to try to stop it, which it didn't. It has helped, but it hasn't stopped it. So, it pretty much leaves her in the situation she's in. She's getting better. I hope she continues to get better.
She looks like she's doing better.
Yeah, she is. My stepfather was, he was giving him a 5% chance to live. And, that's a death sentence. It's a death sentence. And 1 month, this is back in 1st of January, end of December. 1 month after he finds out he's got a death sentence, basically, with cancer, the doctors here in our area diagnosed my mom also with cancer. And it was looking pretty bad for her also. So can you imagine, you go through all this time sick, in and out of the hospital, have a major surgery, watching your wife go through the debilitating situation. Your father, you were just told he's going to die. Your mom now has cancer. The world piles on top of you, and you kind of start losing things. And lucky for us, the situation with my mom turned out, the doctor here that she was seeing is basically an idiot. It was misdiagnosis. So
thank God, one weight lifted. My stepfather goes through the 3 strongest chemo treatments that a person can receive at one time.
And on it, he built a porch, like a big, massive, beautiful porch. He cleaned everybody's house.
Yeah,
all this
the
road.
yards.
The yards.
Yeah,
he like
built
cleared up.
trailers and
He like cut down trees and stuff.
while on
made
chemo.
it all.
While on chemo, rather than being laid up in the bed, he couldn't eat. He had no appetite. He couldn't hold any food down. But yeah, he don't know how to stop. He couldn't work
Kept
anymore.
himself busy.
He didn't know he couldn't work anymore, but he had to keep doing something. But so as he did his chemo every 2 weeks, he had to go through 8 treatments of it, 16 weeks. They seen improvement, quite a bit of improvement actually, and then he had to go through radiation for a month and a half, and a 6-month process. So as it turns out, they gave him a 5% chance of living, and now they're saying, you know what, we think you may have beat it. We think you may have beat cancer, and you're going to be all right. So that's getting better. He don't actually go back until a couple weeks from now to get the final tests to see really where he stands. But at last look, they think he's going to live. It's hard to believe. 5%.
Well, then we get to pop fireworks. That's what Dad said. We have fireworks for like.
We've been saving these large fireworks for months. We'd bought them for Christmas, and I told the kids we were saving it until they.
Come back, Dad. Come back, Dad. Come back. Look, give him kisses, Maxie. Give him kisses. Look at, you smell like a wet dog.
Until they heal, Gerald.
You smell like a wet puppy.
So anyway, yeah. So it's been pretty tough, and we're ready to put that stuff behind us. And this will be the last video I do like this, by the way. Don't expect this to be something, regular. At this point, we want to move forward and try to make things positive. So, and that's kind of why Haley's here with me, is because she's
I'm a
supposed to be
positive
trying
person.
to pick me up at the moment so I can get through the rest of this.
I'm
But,
a positive person.
Anyway, I think what's best at this point is, we want to continue YouTube because it's been a part of our life for a decade, and it's a big part. And I don't really know how to, I want to continue to do it. So, anyway.
Our fans want us to do it.
Yeah, and I want to also. The thing is, it's way different at this point. The system has changed so much. That's another reason why we kind of got away from it too, is because we kind of started falling into YouTube's category of not really. It's not that it's they call it not advertiser friendly content. So I think it has to do with guns and explosions and things like that. Stuff a little bit more overboard that I've been hearing other channels due to that have to do with like guns and stuff have been going through too. And they start removing. Each day you're getting emails that you're it's still going.
Yes.
You're starting to get emails that, this video has been removed from the program because it's not advertiser friendly, and then the next day, and then so on and so on, and then, half of your 300 and some odd videos have been removed from the program, and you're going, you're changing the rules in the middle of the game here on us, and you're really screwing us up. And, at this point, why the hell do we even want to continue to try to do stuff? If that's the way they're going to be. But the thing is, we still do. And at this point, it's more like I've basically decided to say to hell with them. And we're going to do what we want, the way we want to do stuff. And the thing is, with that, being that it can't support itself financially anymore. That what I've planned to do is streamline things, make it a lot more simplified. And this kid and my other daughter have basically, which I'm figuring is going to get involved with this too, have been schooling me in YouTube 2.0, I guess you'd call it, the YouTube of nowadays. Yeah. I'm from the old school. I was here when it first started, when they still needed us, the little guys. nowadays they have corporations, you know, and who needs the little guy? But so what
And
we're
massive
gonna do,
rewards. Like if you get this many subscribers, you
Yeah,
get the
yeah, yeah.
golden play button,
anyway,
the
yeah,
silver play
yeah,
button.
and who gives a shit about a golden play button, you know? But anyway, that's not what I started this for, you know. But what we're going to do is more. We'll streamline it and do it more of what you see in a lot of other channels going to, which is basically raw format. That's the best way I can put it.
Walking around
raw
with a
format.
phone.
That phone that's recording us right now. All I've got to do is take it. There's no editing involved. I just
Straightforward.
Yep. Just hit upload to YouTube. So with the things that you're going to see us doing is going to be raw format. It's going to be shot, one shot deal. You know, and this is not scripted. This is not you know, made up. Things like that. You're going to see more.
Natural.
You're going to see more of us in everyday life and how we are, and you're going to see how awesome my kids are. Haley is quite the comedian.
I am.
Damn. I hope the lightning don't hit us. So
It
it
won't
turns
hit
out
again after 7 years.
she must take after me, of course, because I'm way funnier than Heather is. So
Don't say that. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get me in trouble too.
but she is my fisherman. What's funny is Heather and me have gone down all through the years of fishing and shooting explosions and all this different stuff and bunches of different things, and just things that we liked. Well, it turns out my kids have kind of split those two. This kid loves to fish and is actually
I just got into it the past
awesome
summer.
bass fishing woman, as it turns out. In fact, the last 3 times we went fishing, you outfished me, didn't you?
Well, I think the last one, like the previous last one, you outfished me.
True.
But other than that, I think the last.
3, I think, 2 or 3. But anyway, so you'll see stuff like that from me and her. I'll try to get.
You might hear about my big bass story. Both my bass stories, I've lost both of them.
Yeah. You see, there's definitely going to be more videos where we're going to tell more stories about things that happened in the past. I'm hoping at some point pretty soon, and I do think it's going to happen because I've been talking to her about it, that Heather's going to be well enough to start getting involved with us. Will she be shooting guns?
I don't know. I don't think she,
that's
until
a
she
good
gets a little
idea.
better, more, don't think she should.
Yeah, that whole headache issue. I'm not sure if that's something she's going to be able to pull off right now, but she definitely wants to get involved, and I'm hoping she's getting better. On the other hand, you know, I said Haley is the fisher. She does not like to shoot. She likes to shoot like my 22 pistol and stuff
And I
like
like to
that.
shoot
But
the
if she
little
thinks if it's got
22
recoil, she don't want to have no part of it. So one of the things I was already thinking about is having her little sister, which is way smaller than her, teach her how to shoot shotgun, 12 gauge. Yep, Carly's pretty good with 12 gauge. I think you can do it, Haley. I think if like a video like this is, you know, new format. I'm being taught about
he
how
already did it last
I'm
video.
being taught about how YouTube goes nowadays.
1,000 likes, I'll do it.
You'll do it. So if this video was to get 1,000 likes,
This video only,
okay,
1,000 likes.
1,000 likes, you will
I'll
actually
do it.
consider shooting the 12 gauge.
Yes.
And then once you do that, would you consider having a competition against your little sister in shooting the 12 gauge on who's better? She's going to show you up. Because that's the deal.
Well, let me get practice first,
Okay, I'll
and
give it
then
to
we'll
you.
get back
Yeah.
to that.
So, what I was saying, this is my fisher kid. She don't care for shooting. Carly, on the other hand, she does some fishing, but she loves to
She's
hunt.
got this cool airsoft gun.
She loves to hunt. She loves guns. She loves to shoot. She's freaking awesome. She's a natural. She's a better shooter than me or her mom, and she just started. The kid is awesome. Oh my God! Speak of the devil, here she comes. She's screaming and hollering and waving. I didn't expect her to show up for this video, but
Do a flip!
hurry up! You're gonna get hit by lightning.
But I won't hit it again in 7 years, so you're good.
So anyway, my shooter is about to walk onto the scene here. The kids are going to get involved with the
Carly.
video work. I think if we're going to do this, we're going to do what we want to do. We're going to do what we want to do, and then we're going to make this a family thing. You're going to sit down there or get in between because
You have to
the frame is going to be about this high. Come on, sit right. Well, you can sit right here.
Come on.
Oh,
we don't care.
sit down. I don't
Come
want
on.
to. She's going to come and tell me I might be going on a date.
Come on, sit down.
Dads
say hey.
don't like that. Come here.
Say
sit
hey.
down.
Just say hey for like.
No, you got to come sit down. Come sit down.
You showed up
You don't
to
have
the
to say
party.
a word. Just at least sit down.
She showed up to the party. She has no
So-
choice now. Oh God, you big booty.
Introductions. Maxie's over here out of the frame. Maxie, get down. She's got food.
No,
She's got food.
yeah,
No,
she
don't.
does food.
Anyway, so you know, this is
She
my
got her
daughter.
breath.
This is my oldest daughter.
Haley.
Haley's 17 years old.
I am.
This is my middle child, youngest daughter, Carly. Carly is 15. And these two kids have been taken after their mom. Pretty tough kids. And I think that you guys are going to love to meet them. You're going to love to see what they can do, what we're planning on doing. You know, I said the raw footage stuff, you know, we're going to do it more streamlined. Will there be large productions in the future? Yeah, probably. Because the thing is I still love. No, wait, stay here.
I gotta go get ready.
Oh, go get ready for your date then. Like,
It's
shoot.
with Tyler. I'm going to the Frank Foster concert.
What?
He has tickets?
Yeah.
You don't even listen to country music. She don't even listen to country music.
Did your mama approve this?
I did it.
Oh my God.
Well,
So Carly,
she doesn't even like country music. I do.
Look, you know, the very first video in this format, my youngest daughter is going on her very first date. Awesome. So I guess I'm ready to end this video.
Well-
Not to mention you're getting tore up by mosquitoes, and we've taken up enough of these people's time. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I hope some of you can understand that. I'm hoping. Now, do I know that there's not everybody's going to want to stay with this? I totally get it. Yeah, I understand.
Some people might not like it.
No.
Some probably will
I
love it.
understand it. But what I'm looking at is the core group that still want to see stuff from us. So that's just what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. And
Sky's telling us
from
it is
from
what
this
it is.
point, not only are you going to see raw format, but being it's so streamlined and it's so easy to do this kind of thing, you're going to see a ton more uploads. Get ready. You might see one a day. You might
see me do
5 a
donuts
week.
in the Mustang.
You might donuts in my Mustang.
Donuts in the Mustang.
Okay. Am I going to be involved? I mean, are you going to take my phone and
I'm just gonna.
do donuts in the Mustang and just film the whole thing and upload it yourself, or tell me about it later, or what? Like I said, you're going to find out this kid's a lot of fun.
Or I'm gonna get on some heels and.
What does that mean? Get on some hills and,
Yeah.
you mean punch it? Oh, you mean roller coaster? Yeah. No, we're not going to do that. No. Well, if you do things like that, don't let me know and surprise me on YouTube with them.
1,000 likes.
What?
I'm
No,
kidding.
1,000 likes and you
kidding.
get to do
I'm
donuts
kidding.
in the Mustang. I
I'm
don't know about that.
I'm
But
kidding.
anyway,
I'm
so,
a safe driver. Safe driver.
yeah, she is. And be honest with you, everybody's like, man, it's a 1971 Mustang Classic. Why, they're ultra rare at this point in day and age. Why are you letting your daughter drive around? Because it's pretty much her car. They kind of took it over from
Well,
me.
Carly calls it hers, but
Haley's the one driving.
I think I'm more.
And they're like, what are you doing letting your teenage daughter drive that car around and going back and forth to school and town and whatever else? I'm like, really, dude, honestly, think about it. I act like an idiot in it. I hot rod it. I
The only thing,
do stupid
the only-
stuff in it.
The only reason I know about donuts in the dumpster, at the dumpster, or riding stuff like a roller coaster is because of him.
So, I mean, why not trust her? She's way more responsible with it.
I am. I'm a really responsible 17-year-old. Compared to others, I am.
She is. So anyway, we're going to cut this. I know it's been rambled way past, but that was a in-depth, detailed description of what happened, why we stopped. I just now got over my surgery. I was down 6 months, to get over that. And then now I have other issues.
But you can't go fishing with me now, so.
Yeah, I have a herniated
We're on-
disc in my back.
we're
Awesome.
on
But I'm
hold.
doing the best I can. That was an in-depth explanation of what happened and why we didn't upload and
because
why we
YouTube's
kind of got
crazy
away
now.
from it. And I hope it made sense to y'all and a lot of you understand. And like I said, I know that the new format coming up that it just ain't for some of you. I get it. And I appreciate the time that you watched this, and I hope that I brought you entertainment through the years that you enjoyed.
And the ones that are still going to be watching,
The ones that's going to hang on and stay with us.
it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be more
upbeat
natural
and more upbeat. Yeah, more natural.
It's going to be way more fun.
And you're going to meet new people
From
in
the
the
life
family.
of the party. I
Become-
can't do the tornado.
We're inviting you to become part of the family,
Yep.
basically. That's
Be a
kind of
LaCroix.
what it is. Be a LaCroix with us.
Yep.
So hope you stay, and hopefully you like what you see, and we better get out of here.
Yeah, because it's about to downpour again.
Look, go around and turn it off. Or you wave at the camera while I go turn it off.